Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Mekadela. Uh, Please, before I hand it over to Samri, can you repeat what you said? Organizations don't?
I always say organizations don't make decisions.
Aha,
People.
organizations don't make decisions. People do.
That's why
Relationships
you
do.
invest on people. That's why you invest in
That's it.
relationships.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a good point to note. Samri, back to you.
Thank you, Gianni. I'd like to move from TEACON to your entrepreneurship. In your role as a business and finance coach for the E41 Impact and MA program, what are the most common challenges entrepreneurs face in Ethiopia? And how does the program equip them to overcome these obstacles? DTM Magdala.
Thank you, Samri. Well, the MBA program actually is a blended program run jointly between St. Mary's University and the Catholic University of Milan, which we call the Sacro Cuore. It is a program that runs currently in 17 other African countries. So it is a global MBA program. It is a mixture between acceleration and incubation. Some of the students that we have ideas that they want to bring to life. Some of them have existing business that they want to upscale. Others are working for corporate organizations, different kind of institutions who are in leadership position. In a way, we want to create entrepreneurs, leaders who are innovative. The program helps them, one, to brew their ideas so that it becomes a fruit. So when we bring them on board, it could be an idea. By the time they graduate, we want them to be a bankable business. If it is a startup business, we want to upscale it so that it is an investable kind of business. Majority of the challenge, however, in the Ethiopian context, we could mention finance, network, this and that. But for me, from what I have seen, the entrepreneurs have ideas, they have solutions. Majority of the time, they don't know how to sell those ideas. Communication still becomes a huge impediment. One of the things that I strongly urge every time that I go to the class to the students is make sure you're part of Toastmasters. You may not be a member, but make sure you attend the sessions. And majority of them, they come to the Toastmaster session so that they could see. And I have seen how they transformed through the process. This transformation happened for majority of them by being just a guest. Imagine what happens when they become members, when they get the full-fledged opportunities and privilege of Toastmasters. So I still say communication is a huge hindrance, but at the same time, there is a huge challenge in the Ethiopian businesses. In majority of the startup businesses, businesses are one person-led businesses. Then they start hiring. Leadership becomes a challenge. And many people, they just want to drop their 8 to 5 work and start their own businesses. But it's not easy to lead people. And leadership is still, again, another challenge. And that's one of the reasons I still recommend my students to go to Toastmasters. You know, none of the schools, I could give myself as an example, none of the schools that I went through taught me how to lead a meeting. None of the schools have taught me how to manage discussions. None of the schools have taught me how to be a host to a different functions that I have in the office. Maybe writing minutes could be in one of the courses in communication, but all these skills are available in Toastmasters. When you chair a meeting, when you chair a committee discussion, when you facilitate conversations such as this, Toastmasters present these versatile skills. And this is one of the reasons that entrepreneurs are missing, but they could get it through Toastmasters. And I became a huge advocate of Toastmasters in the MBA program across the continent, actually, because every time that I meet with the business and finance coaches, the program leaders of the other universities, one of the things that I say, please tell your students to go to Toastmasters and attend Toastmaster session. They become better leaders, better speakers, but most importantly, that would make them better entrepreneurs.
I totally agree, DTM Magdala. Indeed, leadership, communication skill is scarce in Ethiopia. I totally agree. When we hear interviews from from the officials, we always count feeling words. As you said, it is only Toastmaster, a place where we'll be able to learn leadership, communication skill, listening, without even having a proper instructor, by following, the regulation that is coming from Toastmaster International. Indeed, we have to expand it, work on it, and I totally agree, as it will make transformation for the startups, for people who has a business, name it. Diani?
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. So this is quite exciting. We have Connie in the room. So
Oh,
she finally managed to come in. So this is very exciting. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Dan. Hi, everyone.
hi, Connie.
Hello. Good.
I've had a rough time joining, but I finally managed.
Excellent. We are delighted.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
She has already sent a notification that she's struggling to put her camera on. So I think she's just having one of those moments. But for those of us that know Connie, we know that she is always on time and always ready. So that is a really exciting. So obviously she must be having a rough time. Well, had a rough time. So Connie, you're forgiven. Only this once. Only this one.
Well, thank you all. It's good to have a track record, I guess. Thanks, Dan.
Yes, it helps. It helps. So, Connie, are you ready for a question that's targeted at you?
As you said, I'm always ready, Diane.
Always ready. Yes, 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 yes. So, Connie, you are also a distinguished Toastmaster, which is amazing. And you've been to so many TEACONs. Makadela said he's only missed one TEACON, the first one, but Ethiopia was not in the territory then. In your case, have you ever missed any TEACON or you've attended all of them?
I have to think. I don't think I've missed any TEACON, actually.
See what
I
I mean?
think there was one in Rwanda, one in TZ, no, I missed the Uganda TEACON. Of all TEACONs,
You
I
missed the
Uganda
Ugandan TEACON as a Ugandan.
Yeah, the best one of all, moreover, as I heard.
You know what? Don't say that too loudly. You might be judged. So
I had another meeting that was clashing and I was the head of that organization. It was the worst. I wanted to switch WhatsApp off. I didn't want to know what was going on. I hear it was really wonderful.
Yeah. The people, quite a number of people from my club, Alibad's Toastmasters Club, attended it, and they talk about it even today. So it's quite exciting. Now, that said, because you've only missed one, and it was that exciting one in Uganda. Having gone through Toastmasters and been an area director, a division director, program quality director of the entire district, all of that. Why is TEACON so significant for you?
Every TEACON that I go to is really special. First of all, especially when it's in a new country, it gives you the opportunity to meet a lot more of the Toastmasters in that country, because many of them can then attend. And then the second thing is that you get to see all the great contests and contestants, and there are always new entrants, and people are always at the top of their game. So those are two things that I really enjoy about TEACON in any place. And of course, it's always good to meet up with old friends. By now, I know a lot of Toastmasters across East Africa. So just for that reason, it's always nice to come to people.
Okay, so making friends, meeting new people, and also, of course, fellowshipping with other Toastmasters. So that's amazing. I think Samri also has a question for you. We're trying to catch up with you, Connie. Samri, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Diani. DTM Connie, it is a great pleasure having you this evening. You have held various leadership roles in Toastmasters over the past 13 years. How has this journey shaped your personal and professional growth, particularly in transitioning from a full-time employee to a global career? DTM Connie.
Yeah, that's a great question. As you mentioned, I've been a Toastmaster for 13 years, and I've been self-employed for 8. So of those 13 years, I would like to think I was in training for the first 5 to transition into this self-employment journey. I must say that the leadership, the responsibility that I had as a leader at different levels and in different countries, actually, I was a Toastmaster in more than one country, enabled me to, first of all, every time you give a speech, you get to know your own self better. You polish your vision because you get the opportunity to talk about the things that you care about. And as you talk about them, you understand them better and you become more committed to the path that is opening before you. So I think being a Toastmaster and holding all these leadership positions and having all this validation from my fellow Toastmasters gave me the confidence that whatever it was that I was trying to do was important and that I was the right person for it. And to be self-employed actually requires you to be a leader in all sorts of ways. You have to lead yourself, you have to lead a team, you have to persuade people to follow you, really. You have to persuade people to join you in different tasks or activities or projects. And all the practice that you have in the safe environment of Toastmasters really pays off in those moments. So I honestly, sincerely always tell people that being a Toastmaster has contributed 50, 60, maybe 70% to my success as a self-employed person. Back to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Connie. Indeed, Toastmaster has contributed to all of us immensely. What amazed me on your journey is, as a woman, we women, we don't have happy hours like our fellow men. You know, after work, we run home, there are so many things that we are responsible. But through all these up and downs, your achievement is amazing, and I sincerely congratulate you. I totally agree on the network previously. DTM Makrala has also said, yeah, this is one of the things that we get from Toastmaster is knowing new people and networking. Diani, for your next question, Diani.
Sorry, I was struggling to unmute. again. Thank you. Thank you so much, Samri. And thank you for your answers, Connie. Now, before Makadela falls asleep because he has not been asked a question. So let me go over to you, Makadela. He's looking at us like, ask me a question, ask me a question. So here is a question. What do you hope to see after attending so many TEACONs? What do you hope to see at this specific TEACON? And I think I would also eventually, at some point, I would also like to hear that from Connie. But for now, Magdala, what do you hope to see at TEACON?
What I truly hope to see is new people taking the challenge to be the next leaders. That's the first thing that I'd love to see. People who have taken the back seat as members commit to fully engage in Toastmasters so that they could get the best of the Toastmaster values. Third, I hope to see as many organizations in Ethiopia observe the value of Toastmasters, understand the value of Toastmasters, and incorporate it in their staff development program. And my absolute joy comes when the number of Toastmaster clubs increase because of having TEACON in Ethiopia. But my ultimate joy would come when the Toastmasters who come for the TEACON decide to come again, forge stronger relationship, and create businesses with their Ethiopian fellows. And that's something that I would love to see, because Toastmasters, TEACON, it's beyond the conference. There is a lot that it helps us to unpack. And having Connie as a global personality coming to Ethiopia, giving trainings, maybe sharing a stage with her in one of the trainings that she offers, and collaborating. Because for me, that sense of collaboration is something that needs to be cultivated further by every TEACON that we run.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Makadela. So what I heard mostly, and you keep repeating, is collaborations, relationships that are formed at TEACON that go beyond TEACON. So I love that. I love that. And I think I'll hand it over back to Samarit.
DTM Connie.
Yep.
As a past PKD and experienced leader, what advice would you give to Toastmasters who aspire to take on a leadership role, both within and outside the organization? And in addition to that, I would also like to hear from you what kind of impact would you expect or make for the upcoming TEACON in Ethiopia? And what advice do you give?
Okay, those are two questions. The first one,
Yes.
I have been Vice President Membership, Vice President Education, President, Area Director, Program Quality Director, and I might be missing something else. And so the advice that I would give anyone who would like to take on a leadership role is that first and foremost, take the opportunity when it presents itself. I would advise you to start at club level for sure. Take on the role of secretary or vice president PR or whatever it is, and then really commit to this role. You mentioned earlier, Samrawit, that especially for women, with all our different roles, but even for men, everyone has, runs businesses. You have all sorts of things that take up your time. To be a leader and to be successful at it and to learn from it, to grow from it, you really must commit to carrying out the role, to learning through carrying out that role, to attending the training. So don't take up the role and just be on an expo somewhere as a dead weight. This happens. Sometimes we take on the responsibility and then we don't carry out the responsibility. That's a really wasted opportunity. And secondly, it's really a loss to the club. So I would say start small, but take the opportunity when it presents itself. There's plenty of resources for leaders to grow. There's plenty of mentorship. And it just takes for you to be committed, to make the commitment. And I'll say that all through these roles, it's been very tough. You meet all sorts of people, club members in the district or in the division or in the area that are a little bit difficult to handle. But you are practicing all sorts of skills in an environment that is really low stakes. If you take on the role of secretary at a club and you never do anything with it, nothing will happen. No one is going to fire you. Okay, they might ask you to step down, but it doesn't really impact your life. But if you take on that role and really step up to it, nevertheless, you'll find that you'll make mistakes. You will encounter difficult and challenging situations, but you will have the support to get through it and learn through it, so that when you're outside Toastmasters, you already have the skill. I cannot overemphasize how much this practice and this safe environment helps us feel more confident applying the very same skills outside Toastmasters. As for what I would like to see at TEACON,
You've muted, Connie?
oh, sorry. I was going to say Ethiopia is a place where many of us have never been. And we look forward to seeing what the city is like, to meeting all these Ethiopian Toastmasters that we only see online, perhaps, or that we've never met. We would love to see all the cultural expression. Obviously, we're looking forward to the coffee and, being able to shop and get some of your beautiful textile. So I would say that in addition to the program that you have to run for Toastmasters to make sure we have our contests and have our training and have our keynotes and parties and whatnot, really make sure that people experience Ethiopia, experience Addis, and experience Ethiopians. This is what I would advise.
Thank you very much, DTM Connie. Indeed, we have exciting programs where we will offer you a memorable experience that you will never forget in Ethiopia while you are in Addis. One thing that I also take from what you said is any success can be achieved through commitment, which is very, very true. Committed Toastmasters in a very short time reach the highest stage, and you see a drastic change. Yes, commitment in Toastmaster, in any venture, I believe, is one of the key for self-development. Diani?
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I think you will also notice, just to add on what Samri has said and what Connie has said, it is clear that the people that have been consistent with Toastmasters, if you look at their lives outside Toastmasters, it actually aligns. You will see that there is success both within and outside Toastmasters, because Toastmasters is the kind of organization that makes you where you learn commitment, communication, public speaking, forming relationships. And Toastmasters is full of introverts. But when you see introverts coming together and forming relationships, collaborating, speaking in front of people, I honestly never thought I would speak like this in front of people, I'll be honest. And now it's like an addiction. Okay. And so you will realize that both within Toastmasters and outside Toastmasters, at work and in other spaces, the Toastmasters that are really committed end up excelling even in their private lives. So this is extremely exciting. So thank you, Connie. Thank you, Samri. Now, Samri, I will throw you a table topics question. I know this is from DTM Macadella and DTM Connie, but Samri, as the organizer, as one of the main organizers of TEACON, I have never been to Ethiopia. All right. And there's so many exciting things I'm looking forward to. When Connie was talking about the textile and the coffee and the food and the culture, I was getting excited. Now, tell us a little bit, especially because you're also in the tourism industry. Tell us a little bit of what we should expect in Addis Ababa and the entire TCON experience. Just give us a snippet, make us excited about what we should expect. And after that, Mekadela can add on to anything that you could have missed. Summary.
Well, Addis has become the hub of diplomatic city, and recently new sites has been added in Addis. One attraction that is common to all Africans, I believe, is the Adwa Museum. Recently, we celebrated the Adwa anniversary, and this place offers the identity of the Black people, and at the same time, how Ethiopia has victory on the Adwa war. As you all know, the flag, our flag, has been taken by 11 African countries with the same color, that is green, yellow, and red. This is because of that Ethiopia has never been colonized. In addition to that, Emperor Haile Selassie, the father of Africa, known as the father of Africa, his palace has been renovated and changed to a museum where you will be able to see the history of this fatherly figure who used and owned that palace. We do have, Ethiopia has a very wide variety of food, not one, not two. During the Ethiopian night, you will taste the variety cuisine that Ethiopia presents from the diversified region, not only cuisine, but also the dancing part, where you will learn and see Iskista dance, the local dance, many, 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 many. Like Connie said, we do have these amazing fabrics where we'll take you for shopping. You will see the various kind of fabrics. Not only that, the leather bags, the leather shoes, the leather jackets. These are some of the areas where you will also shop around. In addition of meeting Ethiopian Toastmasters, that you are going to have the friendship for the entire life. So you, as a Toastmaster, and we Ethiopian as a host, will certainly deliver one of the most exciting TEACON that you have never experienced. And I have a great confidence on that. You are coming to the land of 13 months of sunshine, and you also will be 7 years younger when you are in Ethiopia. Back to you, Diane.
The part of seven years younger is excellent. I think for me,
Yes.
that's my favorite part. Going back to be a certain age is extremely exciting. I would, however, prefer to skip the COVID years Yeah, I'd like to skip that, but yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Connie just wrote on the chat about the food. The food. I mean, when I'm in Kenya, I go looking for Ethiopian restaurants often just to eat the Ethiopian food. And of course, I have a few Ethiopian friends who I told them that they need to tell me every time they cook a typical Ethiopian dinner. And if they don't tell me, I actually just pitch up at their houses anytime and just get to eat with them. I actually do that because they're close. They're like, I have two Ethiopian sisters. And yeah, if I feel like Ethiopian food, I just call them and say, and invite myself and tell them, okay, I'm coming,
Mm.
prepare some food. So yeah, I love Ethiopian food. Thank you. Makadela, to you, just to do you have anything to add that is tantalizing for to tell us more about Ethiopia? So yeah, just to give us a nice idea of what to expect.
Maybe I would highlight two things from what Samri said. The first would be the dances. In the Ethiopian night, you're not just going to be sitting and enjoying the dances, you're going to be taking the stage. You're going to learn how to move the shoulder and how to dance with your hips. And you would fall in love with the music and the dances. Second, Addis has become a new sensation for enjoying a walk, a good walk.
Yes.
So the streets have now become walk friendly. As a person who passionately hates driving, I love walking. And you have no idea how tantalizing that feeling is when you have a very good street to walk with your friends. It helps you to network and this and that. The museums are grown significantly. One of the things that I used to be envious whenever I come to Nairobi is the safari. Now we have the National Palace that has turned into a full-fledged museum that has a zoo in it as well.
Mm.
It has a huge history to tell, but at the same time, you'd see the endemic animals, the birds, and it is quite an amazing experience. Whenever we sell Ethiopia, this is what we say. We don't have that gorgeous weather. It's not only the landscape, the culture, and the food. Religion is also another element that is worth celebrating as well. Probably in one of the weekend mornings, we might go to some of the churches and see how the the feel of that environment is, where people are wearing the white natala and doing the morning procession. It's just beautiful. And I'm definitely sure being in Addis, being in Ethiopia, and TEACON is just the tip of the iceberg. And the moment you see how it feels, and trust me what you would say, I want to go to Lalibela. I want to go to Gondar. And I need to be in Aksum and enjoy the obelisks.
Amazing. I was actually just writing in the chat. I will finish writing. Okay, there. So, religion, dances, UNESCO site. Now, about that dance. Connie, do you remember us trying to dance in Mombasa, trying to dance the Ethiopian dances? Did you succeed, Connie?
Mekadela tells us that we will learn how to move our shoulders and our hips. I don't recall the hips being involved. I only remember
Yes.
the neck and the shoulders, and it was nearly impossible. So, Mekadela, we shall need very strict instructions on how to nail this. It looks so easy, but it's actually very difficult.
Consider it done.
Yes.
This is what we say. From south to north, as you go in the country, the dances would also move from the hips to the neck. So that is how the dances are shifting. And in each of the areas you visit, the part of your body also moves around.
Okay, so
I
then I
like
might
that.
be more successful with the hips, where the dances with hips moving, because my hips generally don't lie.
Hmm.
I agree. I think, Connie, you
Yes.
and I will be more successful with the hips than with the neck and shoulders. I agree. But like, I remember in Mombasa, the Ethiopian team was trying to teach us how to dance and how to dance the Ethiopian dances. And just like Connie said, I could only see the top. The bottom was for jumping. And when I say jumping, I don't mean just, up and down. Uh, like the way we normally there's a technique to the jumping, and while you're jumping, sorry, I think Samri has just been kicked out, and while there's a technique to the jumping, you need to jump that way and still move your upper body at the same time. That was quite something. But that said, it was amazing. I enjoyed not being able to dance the Ethiopian dances because I realized that I shouldn't call myself a good dancer in Africa, really. But that was amazing. I'm looking forward to the new UNESCO site that has been declared a National Heritage Site in Ethiopia. I'm looking forward to that. And one more thing, there are some beverages
Oh,
that
yeah.
are new. Yes, I think I
The honey
remember.
wine. The honey
Yes,
wine.
guys, there's honey wine. And then on top of that, there's coffee beer. And the coffee beer is non-alcoholic, guys. So for those that are teetotalers, do not lose hope. There is non-alcoholic coffee beer. So yesterday we had a meeting and some people from Ethiopia said they will taste it and get back to us on what it tastes like. But I'm sure it's fantastic. And honey wine. Macadella, would you kindly take the honor of tasting the honey wine and reporting what you think later?
Well, oh, definitely. Definitely. As a person who grew up in a family that enjoys brewing honey wine, it is like a usual beverage at home. So, honey wine all the time.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I think it's a good time to wrap it up, unless any of us here in the room or on. Oh, yes, I can see Demolish has joined. Demolish, welcome. Our PQD DTM Demolish. Guys, I am surrounded by DTMs. I think it's a sign that I need to also become a distinguished Toastmaster. I've been on this journey for a while and I also need to. It's encouraging. Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster and Program Quality Director Demolish, kindly talk to us right now. He had another conflicting meeting, and I'm really happy that he was able to join us. Demolish, please say hello to us. And I think I will give you a chance last. Sorry, let me just conclude right now so that I can hand it over to Demolish. Macadella, one last parting shot and encouragement to attend TEACON, please. And Connie as well, you'll give us one last parting shot and then I'll hand it over to PQD Demlish. Macadella.
May I ask you to repeat the question? Apologies.
It's okay. I was just saying, give
I,
us
I, I
one.
went I went to check the honey wine.
I will. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah. We listen, we don't judge. All right. So, Vakitala, it was just one last parting shot to all of us here that are listening, that are online. Kindly just give us, yeah, tell us, encourage us to attend TCON. You have already done that with all the good things that you've mentioned, but just one last parting shot for us to remember Makadela after this.
take TEACON as an opportunity to explore life, explore culture, and understand the different roots and heritage that you have. Being in TEACON, it helps you to understand the value of friendship. Being in TEACON helps you to understand what it means to have lasting engagements with people. Being part of TEACON is not just a conference. It is a journey of betterment. In each of the TEACON that I have attended, I am privileged by the number of people who I've met through that journey. Each TEACON has made me a better person. And for those of you who are, should I go, should I not go? This is what I say to you. Come, you'd never regret it. Because I could say it with all honesty. Each of the TEACON sessions and conferences I attended, they've added value in my life. I've met amazing friends. I've met people that I call brothers and sisters, people that I could rely on whenever I'm thinking of business engagements. And I've also met people that I could look up to and be inspired by. There is nowhere else in Toastmasters that you would experience cultures melting together, forging amazing friendship and fun and wisdom marry.
Amazing camaraderie. I think that's what I get from all of this. Amazing chemistry at TEACON. I agree. TEACON leaves you with such chemistry with people that you have never met. But now after that, you become good friends. I agree. Thank you so much for that, Magdala. DTM Connie, your parting shot.
2 words about TEACON would be serious fun. There's plenty of seriousness. Don't think that we're just going to be dancing and making jokes and eating food. Every TEACON has a program where you see the best of Toastmaster talent exhibited in the contests, in the keynotes, in the workshops. You have plenty to learn through the serious part, but there's also so much to learn from the fun part. And I would literally say it does not matter where TEACON takes place, it's going to be serious fun. Now, even better that is going to take place in Addis, this just takes it over the top. I would say, by all means, get yourself to Addis to TEACON 2025 without fail. Back to you, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Connie. And that is from people who've attended almost each and every TEACON. And you can see the impact. If you get to know Connie personally, and if you get to know Macadela personally, you will see and hear the impact that these kinds of events have made on their lives, both personal and professional. So I agree with you. And from me, before I hand it over to PKD Demolish, from me, I think I would say TEACON has made me really get to know people. Of course, the fun is there, but it's taken my confidence to a whole new level because I was never really the kind of person that makes so many relationships at once. But TEACON was such a safe space to do that. And from that, like for example, from last year's TEACON, we formed a group called Beyond Toastmasters. Beyond Toastmasters is a WhatsApp group that was formed from last year's TEACON. And what we do there is talk about nothing to do with Toastmasters because it is everything to do with Beyond Toastmasters, our business experiences. We have met people who've become our clients in that group. We've met people who we have collaborated on projects with in that group. So Beyond Toastmasters is a group that encourages people to collaborate, form relationships outside Toastmasters. In other words, do projects together, work together, become each other's clients. If you see something that is of use to you, use it, mentor someone. That's the kind of space. So it's not about advertising Toastmasters meetings, because we have a different space for that. It is about forming relationships where you can mentor, get mentored, where you can become a client and you can also become the seller. It's the kind of place where you can form deep relationships and have lots of fun. There's so much banter in that group. It is amazing. So this is what TEACON does. So I really urge you to please join. Sorry, that is Samri trying to join us. I think she's having a hard time. So I would encourage all of us to just get a ticket right away. Book now so that it's not too expensive later on. Thank you, everybody. And I will hand this meeting over to PQD DTM Demolish. Welcome, Demolish. Looking sharp as always.
Great leaders are shaped through learning, service, and the courage to grow. Thank you so much, Diane, our conference co-convener. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. I am Demelash Ondumagin, the Program Quality Director of District 114. And I have an exciting invitation for you. TEACON, the East Africa Conference, is happening in the vibrant city of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, from May 15 to 17, 2025. This is more than just a conference. It's a platform for growth, connection, and transformation. Over 3 days, we'll share unforgettable experiences, a welcoming cocktail, an engaging conference with learning and inspiration, an Ethiopian night to showcase our culture, and a grand gala dinner to celebrate our achievements, plus an exciting city tour of Addis Ababa. From the heart of origins, we bring you an experience that transcends borders, a gathering of leaders, learners from across East Africa, united by a shared commitment to excellence. For 3 incredible days, immerse yourself in powerful keynote speeches, dynamic leadership workshops, and the highly anticipated district contest. East Africa, this is our opportunity to connect, learn, and elevate our journey as a communicator and leader. Our team, unite, empower, and excel 100%, is a call to action to come together, uplift one another, and strive for excellence. East Africa, Addis is ready, and so are we. Let us inspire, grow, and create an unforgettable experience together. See you at TEACON 2025 Addis Ababa. Thank you. Asante. Amasagnalo.
Thank you. Thank you. And Samri, welcome back. Thank you so much.
Yeah.